There is a specific kind of exhaustion that isn't physical. It's an emotional friction. You arrive in a new social space. You enter a conversation. You meet someone you want to impress. You know the sequence. You offer the warmest smile. You validate every opinion. You make yourself available. You are technically doing everything right. And yet, the result is the opposite of what you intended. People don't lean in, they lean back. The connection feels like construction work, heavy, forced, and ultimately temporary. You feel invisible in a room where you are technically the most active participant. You think you are presenting your best self, but the reality is you are masking the very thing that makes you magnetic. Today, we aren't talking about social tips. We're observing the silent, unspoken mechanics of the effort paradox. Why the more you chase a connection, the faster it disappears. To understand why effort pushes people away, we have to look at how humans process authenticity. It is an evolutionary radar, a subconscious filter we use to decide who is safe and who is costly. When you try hard, you are presenting a performance. You are smiling while your internal state is actually anxious. You are agreeing while your actual opinion is nuanced. In psychology, this is called incongruence. The observer's brain is incredibly good at detecting this mismatch. They may not be able to articulate why they feel uncomfortable, but they feel it. The brain flags the interaction as high maintenance. It's not that they don't like you, it's that they detect a hidden task. This person wants my approval, and I now have to manage their expectation. Connection is not formed by performance, it is formed by shared reality. And shared reality only happens when both parties are present, not when one is managing the impression of the other. The most common manifestation of the effort paradox is the mask of agreeableness. We learn early on that conflict is a threat to connection, so we polish our edges. We say yes when we want to say no. We provide the answer we think the other person wants to hear. The unspoken rule is, if I am useful and pleasant, you will value me. But there is a silent distinction between politeness and agreeableness. Politeness is a social grace. It's how you navigate space. Agreeableness is suppressing your own reality for the sake of space. When you agree with everything, you become predictable. And in human dynamics, the predictable is often dismissed. A meaningful relationship is built by navigating friction, not by avoiding it. It is built by two unique textures touching. If you sand away all your edges, your quirks, your disagreements, your boundaries, you aren't creating a smooth path to connection. You are creating a frictionless surface that people simply slide right past. The individuals who are liked instantly have a quality that isn't about output, it's about containment. A performer needs applause. They need validation to feel they've succeeded. If the audience doesn't respond, the performer panics. They increase the effort. They talk louder. They smile wider. But the container has internal assurance. They aren't performing at the room. They simply are in the room. When you have this assurance, you create a space that others want to step into. You are not waiting for their permission to exist. You are not waiting for their validation to feel secure. When you aren't seeking validation from them, you are finally free to actually observe them. You stop being a person looking for an entry and start being a person who holds space. The magnetic personality is defined by what it contains, not what it waits for. You build this by not changing how you act in the room, but by spending more time in the quiet, empty spaces of your own life, independent of the validation of the people you are trying to impress. We start trying too hard because we are terrified of being misunderstood. We are terrified that the raw data of our personality, our actual opinions, our genuine boundaries, our unique textures will be rejected. But the paradox is that the mask only attracts people who value the performance. It pushes away the people who are searching for genuine resonance. When you pull back the effort, not out of strategy, not to play a game, but out of genuine self-respect, you are finally allowing the correct signal to be broadcast. Some people will not resonate. Some people will not like that signal. That is the necessary risk. But for the first time, the connections you do form will not be built on construction work. They will be found in shared reality. And finding connection in shared reality is the closest thing humans have to magnetism.